This is your 8th vocabulary unit for English 3. I'm Miss Dayton. As always, I will give you the word, the part of speech, the definition, and an example. Our first word is sanctimonious. Sanctimonious is an adjective. The definition is making a show of being morally superior to other people. So for example, filming yourself giving food to the homeless feels like a very sanctimonious gesture. You should want to do good for the sake of doing good, not for the likes on Instagram and Facebook. Our next word is facetious. Facetious is an adjective. The definition is treating serious issues with deliberately inappropriate humor, flippant. So for example, during the lecture on 9/11, Joey made a facetious comment that was met with gawks and stares. Our next word is espouse. Espouse is a verb. The definition is to adopt or support a cause, belief, or way of life, to marry. So for example, in order to meet their New Year's resolution, the couple decided to espouse a new lifestyle by going to the gym and eating healthier. Our next word is hierarchy. Hierarchy is a noun. The definition is a system or organization in which people or groups are ranked one above the other according to status or authority. So for example, there's a definite social hierarchy in high school. Our next word is contingent. Contingent is an adjective. The definition is subject to chance, occurring or existing only if certain circumstances are the case, dependent on. So, for example, a prenuptial agreement is a contingent agreement that only counts if a couple gets divorced after the agreement has been put in place. Our next word is travesty. Travesty is a noun and a verb. If it's used as a noun, the definition is a false, absurd, or distorted representation of something. If it's used as a verb, it means something is represented in a false or distorted way. It's the act of representing something in a false or distorted way. So, example 1, if used as a noun, the modernized version of Romeo and Juliet was a total travesty. Guns and Shakespeare just don't mix. Example number 2 is if it's used as a verb, the child's costume ended up travestying the famous historical figure with all its inaccuracies. Our next word is fastidious. Fastidious is an adjective. The definition is very attentive to and concerned about accuracy and detail, very concerned about matters of cleanliness. So for example, my mother is fastidious in her cleaning. Our house is always spotless. Our next word is sordid. Sordid is an adjective. The definition is involving immoral actions and motives, arousing moral distaste and contempt, dirty or disgusting. So for example, the governor was involved in a sordid affair which resulted in his impeachment. Our next word is disparity. Disparity is a noun. The definition is a great difference. So for example, there was a significant height disparity between Arnold and his best friends. Our next word is insinuate. Insinuate is a verb. The definition is to suggest or hint something bad or reprehensible in an indirect and unpleasant way. Maneuver oneself into a position of favor or office by subtle manipulation. So for example, the girl created a rumor that insinuated that Joyce liked her best friend's crush. Our next word is knave. Knave is a noun. The definition is a dishonest or untrustworthy person. So for example, in the Avengers franchise, Loki proves himself to be a knave over and over again. Our next word is juxtapose. Juxtapose is a verb. The definition is place or deal with close together for contrasting effect. So for example, the old black and white photo was juxtaposed with the location in which it was taken, but in the modern era. Our next word is lethargic. Lethargic is an adjective. The definition is affected by lethargy, sluggish, and apathetic. So for example, while I was sick with the flu, I had a very lethargic demeanor. Our next word is impetuous. Impetuous is an adjective. The definition is acting or done quickly and without thought or care, moving forcefully or rapidly. So, for example, it was clear that the project was put together in an impetuous manner. There was no attention to detail and parts of the project were missing. And finally, our last word is enthrall. Enthrall is a verb. The definition is to capture the fascinated attention of, typically of a person. So for example, the bands completely enthralled the audience when they performed. That's it for this unit. Your Unit 8 quiz and packet will be on December 22nd, 2016. That's not a D-Day, so we will not be having a D-Day quiz for this particular vocab quiz. It'll actually occur on a C-Day.